Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for P-Valley, Season 2, Episode 4, Demethrius. The girls, they're doing what they do best. Whisper the Witch and Wanda Roulette are up on the stage doing their set. And we see this woman out front, and I already knew who she was by the way she was going up for the strippers. She's just... yes, shady ass. Yes, yes. Just blowing her money. It's Drunk Divorcee. She's back for another good time. We see that she and Wanda, is it Wanda? I don't think it's Wanda. It's that other girl. They're in, but I thought it was Wanda Roulette. I don't know. They be having these masks on, all these different color wigs and all of that. I can't keep up right now. But I want to say she was in there with Wanda Roulette, but I don't think that's what it was. I don't think that's who it was, I should say. Anyway, they in the VIP room. And the dancer is like, I want to see your face. Take that mask off. Well, no. I don't think she says it. I think she just does it. Sorry, y'all. I'm mixing last week's episode up with this week because when I sat down here to look at the notes, you know, prior to mashing record, it was episode 3 up. And so I was just looking over that and like, wait a minute, that ain't what I watched this week. I had the wrong notes up. So that's what's at the forefront of my brain, episode 3. So sorry. Anyway, they're in there in the VIP room and the dancer pulls down her mask. She was like triple masked up. She pulls down the mask, and the minute she does that, the girl, just, really rolling her kiki in her face, and she leaned back and do a nasty sneeze, just like, achoo! And then we see slowly all the germs and COVID and whatever else she got going on in her nasal passage and mouth area all over the lady's face. And so, of course, she just spazzes out. She goes and runs out and, tells Uncle Clifford that they're in violation because she worked for the city. And so she's, one of them code enforcers, and she's, upset about that. They're not up to code. Ain't nobody around there wearing a mask. And they pan the cameras and we see the patrons, some of the dancers, people are really not masked up in there, and they're supposed to be, like, that's mandated. And so she goes and snatches the mic from Big Bone and tells them that they about to be shut. She's shutting it down because they are not within, they're not up to code. And so until they get this, that, and the third, the pink is closed. It's shut down until further notice. Now, Drunk Divorcee, her name Lauren, by the way, she has her clipboard and she's there docking it all, writing them up for everything. They're going to have to modify the place. They got to get the plastic screen. They're going to have to get the partitions up. They're going to have to get some type of, what do you call the thing? Some type of airway system to, filter out the bad air and, filter in good air, since it's such a, since it's a closed proximity type of place, and they need to operate at 50% capacity, all of that. And so they have a fine, and if they don't, get this stuff squared away within 24 hours, that fine is going to be upwards of $25,000. And they like, what? Girl, what? Uncle Clifford pulled her mask down like, oh yeah, I know you. You the same heifer that was around here burning all of her divorce settlement money after she cheated on her husband. And the whole locker room was like, bitch, what? You cheated on your husband with his mama? They couldn't believe it. But she ends up dropping it to 11,000, but still. They're going to have to get it, squared away within 24 hours, or they're going to really be shut down. She over there talking about I don't want to have to do this. It's like, girl, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Anyway, Wanda Roulette, she gets an attitude, because she didn't make enough money before, the lady came in there shutting everything down. And then one of the other girls is like, I don't know what you worried about the coin for. Like, word on the curb is that you got other streams of income. Other streams. Wanda like, what? Uncle Clifford heard all of that, you know, because she drops that whole, oh yeah, they out here calling you the girl with the dick sucking lips. So yeah, you doing something. Uncle Clifford's like, no, none of that's supposed to be happening. Wanda Roulette say, they lying on me. And the girl is like, ain't nobody lying, where to lie? And she starts to, you know, mimic with her little lollipop and all of that. Wanda Roulette has had enough, and she just punches the girl in the face. And so now they thumping. They getting it on the live and everything. It's going down at the Pink. It's going down at the Pink. Uncle Clifford is like, cut them cameras. I'll put them phones down. This is not Real Households of the Pink. Please put the cameras down, because they out there making the Pink look like the most ratchet establishment. I mean, it is. It's very ratchet. But I mean, don't be out there exposing them for that. Don't be letting everybody know that that's what it is. Big L, he drags Wanda Roulette out, because when she was fighting a girl, she had put her in some type of wrestling move, you know, and he noticed. He's like, what was that wrestling move? I saw that. You wrestle? And she said her brother did. You know, we already, by her countenance, there's a story there. He want to dive into that story because I guess he sees his daughter in her. And so he kind of wants to dive in a little bit. You want to drink? You want to talk? She's like, I ain't here for no therapy session. Like, you gonna fire me or what? And he's like, fire you for what? Fire you for what? For fighting or for getting out that car like you did? You know, like you fighting, so it's obviously true. And judging from the fact that I saw you getting out that car yesterday, yeah, there's some truth to what she's saying. And she gonna say, she mentioned the fact that she saw him as well. You know, him and Duffy unloading pills. So what's that about? You know, now nobody wants to really talk. Now nobody wants to really talk. But he gives her a few nuggets, you know, to take with her, you know, out there while she trick. Don't be the finesse. You know, don't be the finessed. Be the finesser. You know, be safe out there. You know, in the news, it's a whole lot going on. They are, you know, art is imitating life, and they watching the news, and they had my girl Diamond and her homegirl reenact their little viral video, which, you know, it's upsetting me and my homegirl. If you can't go to Bella Noche's, where the hell could you go? They had them reenact that. I love this time that we're in, where all of these people who have their viral moments, or, you know, they're just Instagram comedians or TikTok famous, all of that, and they get their shot on the big screen, on the tube. I love it. I love to see it. Okay, Mercedes, she on the phone with Clifford, and, you know, he filling her in on everything that had happened at the Pink. And they're both watching TV, and they see Patrice on the news. You know, she's announcing that she's running for mayor. And so she on the ballot as well. While they're talking, she gets this text from Coach. And Coach is like, you're going to have to come back and, you know, finish the Mercedes experience that you started. You know, my flight leaves out at 4. So, or he said, I think she said my flight gets in at 4. Anyway, she's really like at their beck and call at this point. She was looking like, damn, I really just got to run when they say come. Just because they paying me and I done signed on a dotted line. I'm just the resident hoe. Like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what you signed up for. So whenever Coach calls, you got to be coming, you know, you got to go running. I want to get your 10,000. Mississippi, she outside, you know, doing a live on Instagram, promoting her lashes. They are now, you know, stocked at a beauty supply store in Mississippi. And so they finna be in stock all over the city. Gidget is also there. They done linked up. And Mississippi is looking at the ad and all. She's like, now, wait a minute. Now, I feel like they done made me a little light skin on the thing. And Rome, of course, because he's slick and slimy. He reminds me of Stevie J. You know, they do have connections and the resources, but it's gonna drag. You know, it's catch-22. Yeah, you might get put on, but you got to deal with all of this bullshit that he comes with, you know, with being a creep, you know. But anyway, he gonna try to talk her. No, that's not what it is. It's just the lighting. No, they lighten her skin. And you probably told him to do it. Sorry ass. He's such a bullshitter. Anyway, at the car, Murder and his manager, Wody, they all like, well, where my promo tour? Like, what's going on with that? Wody don't really have connections like that, so he can't really, do what he say he gonna do. He got your back. For sure, he got your back. He gonna get you into a little rinky-dink club, around there. On the chitlin circuit, but I mean, he's not doing anywhere, nowhere near what Rome, has going for Keyshawn. But I would stick with Wody. Stick with Wody. You don't want Rome as your manager. I can guarantee you don't want him as your manager either. Anyway, Mississippi and Gidget, they get back to the car, and she tells them that that Gidget will be joining them for the last leg of the tour. So she gonna ride with us. Y'all cool with that? And so they like, cool, she can drive. And so they, get on in the car. Big Teak is on his phone watching, videos of the police brutality. Someone was just murdered by the police. So we already know what 2020 gave. It was like a slew of deaths caused by the police. And so he's watching that and, getting in his feelings about it, of course. And Rome has the nerve to say, I wonder what that nigga did. He had to do something. Teague was like, why he had to do something? I'm just saying, I wonder what that nigga did to bring that to himself. Nah, we're not going to play that game. So we already see that Rome is one of the self-hating types. He already light-skinned it. So he coming with all types of predispositions when it comes to his complexion and colorism and all of that. Anyway, they put a pin in that though. Autumn is at her new apartment, the Pink. She's staying in the back or whatever, and she's noticing that it's a little creepy now. She's noticing that the energy is off. She around there walking around, and she can sense something is off. I was calling him. What was I calling him? Marcellus. What's his name? What is his name? I think his name is Marcellus, but I was calling him Montavious. Or is his name Montavious, and I was calling him whatever his name is. The man that they killed. His spirit is absolutely, at unrest in the Pink. She hears this knock at the door, which is what takes her out of the little trance that she's in. And she goes and opens the door, and it's Corbin. Corbin coming up there trying to strong arm her because, he want her to sell and she ain't selling. She's like, I'm just going to wait around, until the offer gets right. 1 million is nice. Promised Land also offered 1 million, but I'm thinking I can get more, And he try to get serious. Look, bitch, I'm not fucking around with you. You gonna sell or what? Or what? Or what? Corbin don't want none. He don't want none. He done got, boy, get out of here. And then he, backs down a little bit. Okay. What he say? I think that's when he offered her the 1 million. And she's still like, And the fact that or he said 2 million. I can't remember, but he went up on the offer, not 10 million, but she's like, yeah, I see, I can get you to 10 million. The fact that you just, changed the offer that quickly, yeah, I can get you to 10 million. Thank you. And, she slammed the door in his face. And that's that, Corbin. Andre get home. He back in Atlanta. He come in the house. Honey, I'm home. Brittany. And you hear some, and you from upstairs. And I'm like, oh, shit. I already knew she was up there throat deep in some peen, okay? So she up there sucking Dante's peen. Dante, the doctor, a doctor at her hospital, and apparently they've known each other for years because he knew exactly who he was. He done got him up in the chokehold, about to kill him, and finally lets him out and just like, get out. Can I get my clothes? Get out of my house. I don't care. Run down the street naked if you have to. Hop in your car, start naked, and get off my property. Bye, Dante. And so when Dante leaves, Brittany, I'm sorry, I just, girl, please save all that. Save all that. Save all of that. But anyway, he feels a way because he's the Jack to her Jill, his words. You and your parents have never seen it for me really because I don't have the money that y'all got. Apparently her daddy had offered Andre a job and he wouldn't take it. He tells her, I was coming back to tell you, because she got the nerve to say, what you doing home? You didn't come in. You ain't supposed to be here. You ain't supposed to be in here sucking dick. What you mean, girl? He ain't supposed to be. He can come home. Anyway, he said, I was coming home to tell you that I was going to go back to Chuckalisa and run for mayor. And she like cracks up. She scoffs at him. Don't nobody know you. Run for mayor? Now, see, my daddy done offered you a job and you turned that down to come back with this. You're not going to win, Andre. Andre was crushed. He was like, see, I ain't got nothing to lose either. You right, Andre. Just go on ahead and go. Go on and go. That's that. She can kiss him and that marriage goodbye. They ain't got no kids. They ain't got no... Bye, Brittany. Go on and be with Dante. Have fun, okay? Because the grass ain't greener. But you go and you have a good time. Mercedes gets to the condo. She got her trench coat on with her nothing underneath. Her stripper boots. And she's coach. She takes off her jacket, and when she steps inside the house, she sees that his wife is there. What's her name? Farrah, right? Farrah. I think that's her name. Anyway, she sees wifey, and she says, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting my equipment. Gotta go to work in a minute." And she's, walking around, and they making small talk or whatever. And then Mercedes gets up on the pole. I guess she's going to do a practice run before coach come. And sis start taking pictures of her. And she's like, now, I thought you said no cameras, no pictures. All that's in the NDA. So she's like, it'll just be our little secret. It can be our little secret. So she just photographs her doing all type of moves. She gives her the Mercedes experience again. But this time she photographs it. And afterwards... No, wait. Let me not jump ahead. Clifford and Autumn are at the Pink. They still need to, get their supplies and get all this stuff up to compliance. And so Big L, he got it covered. He and Duffy done pulled up, and they brought some African men with them. I don't know where they done picked them up from because they don't even speak English. But anyway, they're there to deliver all the stuff and help set it all up. So we're gonna whip the Pink back into shape. On the curb, that girl that was sneezing on everybody, she standing on the curb. Uncle Clifford, waves him down, and she got a surprise for him. She done rounded up everybody, including Benny Diamond. So everybody is there. The group text had went out, that they needed help getting the Pink back in order, and he's there to help. He's there to do his part. He didn't say he was coming back to work, but he gonna help y'all get it all together. The Gidget and them, the crew, they still on tour, and they riding around, and they hear a song that DJ Never Scared has produced. And so, they all excited about that. And Gidget calls him on the phone, to congratulate him and everything. And they pass the phone to Murder, and he tells him, you can be on the radio too. You just get on this feature. And Wody takes the phone and is like, oh, when you need it. And he's like, well, yesterday would be great, but today I'll settle for today. And so he say, well, okay, good. We'll have that for you tonight. Don't you worry about that. Of course, Murder is reluctant because it's like, I don't even know who the feature is for, but that don't even matter. And when you find out it's for Meg Thee Stallion, Meg Thee Stallion, when you find out it's for her, you gonna go up. Big Teak, he trying to listen to the radio. He want everybody to shut the fuck up because they start talking about publishing rights and all of that, because Rome, he got everything figured out. He knows it all. This is what he does. And Wody, on the other hand, be falling short when it comes to the business side of things. And he's like, yeah, you gonna make all the millions and then get them all snatched. So it would behoove you to get your publishing. He always, throwing out what he knows. He's a know-it-all, and he's just trying to outshine Wody as the better manager. He's trying to poach Lil Murder, if you will. Anyway, Big T want everybody to shut up, because on the news they talking about, a citywide curfew and all of that. And so That cancels their little event for the night. But Rome says it ain't over with. We gonna just party at the suite. We just gonna have to have a kickback at the suite. So, okay. Mercedes is still giving the experience. And so after, she's done with the photo, she's just in awe, like, I wish that I could do all of that. And she's like, you can't take your clothes off. She's like, girl, I can't do that. At least take these off, and she pulls her pants down. She's like, you need the skin, you need all your skin exposed, honestly, to grip this pole. So she pulls her pants down, they get up there, and she tries to jump up there and slides right down. No upper body strength, I guess. And then she gets down. She's like, I don't even know how to twerk. And she tried to twerk a little bit, and it's just not twerking. And so Mercedes gets behind her, and, like, I don't know what she does, but she puts her hands in her area, like her pelvic area, to show her where the muscle is, where the twerk muscle is. And she's like, that's the muscle right there. So she get her to twerking a little bit, a little girlfriend time, a little girl time, And she says to Mercedes, I really wanted to hate you. Like, I really wanted to hate you, but I just hate myself, honestly. And she just start crying or whatever. And Mercedes, is just like, girl, enough of all of that. Why don't you just go on? Coach will be here in a minute. And she's like, honestly, girl, that was me that sent that text. That was not Coach. He ain't flying into Memphis. He's flying out. And so, yeah, it was me. Sorry, girl. It's just that, like, she's enamored with her, with the fact that she's just she feels like she's, a go-getter, a woman that's holding her own. And so they start gazing and looking in each other's eyes and all of that. And then they kiss, and here we are, full on. And Sis said it was her first, the last time when they had a threesome, that was her first girl-on-girl experience. She lying, because the way she went head first, she dived in head first. And so, girl, it was not your first time at the Lady Pond. It was not. But okay, I'm gonna let you can go on to say that. But it seemed to me like you've been there a few times, like you've been there before. You're familiar. Anyway, she turned Mercedes out at that point. Over at the Pink, we still working hard. Loretta there doing nothing. Running her mouth, cat calling the African men, and they just smiling, skinning and grinning. They're up to something as well, because I don't know if anybody else noticed, but at a certain point there, when they're like moving things in the background, one of them says this will be the perfect spot for us. So it's like, wait a minute, maybe they'll be the one to offer the 10 mil. You never know. There was a reason why we got the full on subtitle. So I mean, it wasn't for nothing. Anyway, the girls are gossiping about Benny Diamond. They just like, oh, he's so fine. I know I'm married, but I listen. And girl, right on. Right on, because I feel like we all feel like that about Benny Diamond and his fine ass. Tyler is fine, okay? And that's just that. He is fine. They gossiping about him, and meanwhile, Big Bone in the back being, under the radar, and that's always the way to play it. Be that girl. Don't be the girl that's in the group like, yeah, girl, he's so fine. Da, 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 da. Be the one in the background and know that everybody thinks you're not interested. And then you show up on his arm and everybody like, what? Yeah. She gonna slide in. I love to see it. Anyway, because she was back there just really, like, I see him too. I think he fine too. I ain't gonna be, over here with the little girls, but she gonna go after what she want in just about a minute. Benny Diamond, he's working, so he's taking boxes to the back or whatever, and he starts to get that eerie feeling, and we already know he clairvoyant or something. He dealing in the voodoo. Or, well, we didn't put a name to what he does. It's giving witch doctor. He dabbles in the witchcraft a little bit, in the supernatural. And so he back there, and he gets closer to the room where the man was killed, and all this water starts to flood the floor a little bit. He's like fully engulfed in a hallucination. And then Big L comes in there talking to him and kind of snaps him out of it. Because the man's hand was coming up through the water and everything. It was real scary and creepy like. Anyway, they're watching the news, and you know, eating or whatever. They've been working all day. Somebody done fried some chicken. The mayor's up there telling them they gonna have to have that 8 o'clock curfew, and that's like in a few minutes. And so, what you call it? Uncle Clifford tells, you know, them everybody, you know, should just stay here. Don't worry about that. But, you know, Autumn been staying there. She's like, oh, well, why don't we just send everybody home? No, everybody can just stay here. You know, that's cool. She don't want nobody to know she's sleeping in the back, I guess. Patrice is on the news, you know, getting everybody all riled up, all fired up. And Wanda Roulette is just sitting there, you know, hanging on every word. And then she just kind of like runs off crying. Andre, he done showed up to the pink, and Clifford like, you look like a man that just got cheated on. And you know, take his bottle and pull up is. That's me. And of course, Autumn is looking like, what? Here's my shot. Here's my chance. Here's my chance to get what I need from you. Because Autumn is for Autumn. So I don't even think that there's going to be some type of romantic relationship between the two of them. And if there is, it's going to be very one-sided because she's about her money. She's about her money and starting over. She want that 10 million and getting closer to him, and it not being, you know, completely adultery. I'm sure she finna be all on board now. Duffy, he's headed to the back when he gets this text message from Boss. I don't know if Boss is Big L or what, but they text him saying that the new shipment was on the way. He hears that whimpering or whatever coming from the other room, and he sees, you know, it's Wanda Roulette. She in there crying, and she's just upset about the lack of justice. She says that it reminds her of her brother. So her brother was also murdered by the police. It was a very similar situation, and this is all very triggering for her. Even so much she looked down at him like, y'all always getting away with this shit. He don't bite the bait, you know, and he better not. She's upset, and rightfully so, and you the only white man within distance that we can cuss out, and so here you gonna get it. Sorry. Shit. Anyway, they look like they're gonna, I don't know, but I don't know about Wanda Roulette. Duffy need to steer clear of her. He really does. I don't know. Outside, Big L is talking to Benny Diamond, you know, you gonna come back. We got a spot for you, you know. Benny Diamond ain't coming back though. He's like, and you need to get a new job too. All y'all need to get a new job because I don't know how long the pink gonna be open during this pandemic. I don't know how y'all are going to do this. So it will behoove you to get a new gig. He's, you know, out there, you know, taking a little smoke break, I guess. He looks over and he sees in his peripheral a young Tenda over there on her motorcycle, and so she linked up. It's Big Bone. She knew what she was doing, standing out there smoking her blunt, you know, really blowing the smoke in the air, all dramatic, like I know you see me over here. And so he walks over there to her, and the chemistry is great between the two of them. You can tell that they was fucking for real. And so I don't know if maybe at this point, I don't know how long, you know, it took, you know, with them filming, you know, and getting to know one another before they actually like hooked up and became a couple. But the chemistry was there. You know, she flirting with him. She putting game on him, running game on him. She got a motorcycle and all of that. He liked that, you know. She tosses him a helmet. Let's ride. Let's go. He asking her, how long you been riding? She say, riding motorcycles or dick? How long I been riding what? Anyway, so now we see this budding relationship. I guess either she gonna get him to keep his mind off Keyshawn, or Keyshawn gonna come back and it's gonna be a problem. I don't know. Mercedes wakes up. She got her 10,000, so she done got paid every chance these folks get. Well, this wife, she is gonna put Mercedes in her place. It's like, I like you and all that, and I'm taking a liking to you, but you're still the resident whore, and that's it. You're the paid slut. And so, yeah, here you go. Here's your 10,000. See you next weekend. You know, I don't know. But anyway, she checking her messages. You know, she done got all these missed text messages from everybody checking in during the protests and all of that. She done missed everything so deep in the bus. She done missed it all. She done missed the group text from Uncle Clifford needing the help and everything. Just done let everybody down over there at the condo. So, at the suite, you know, Murder and them, they having their little kickback. They just cooling it, you know, kicking the breeze, shooting the breeze. It's kicking the shit, right? Kicking whatever. Anyway, they're having themselves a time. And of course, Big Teak still in there mad. It's like, we trying to enjoy what we can enjoy and you mad. Granted, I understand this is not a time to be partying. Especially if it's all this unrest is happening outside your door. Yeah, I get it. I get where his frustration is coming from. And it's looking like he's becoming a little bit unraveled. And Murder is noticing because, you know, that's his man. That's his dog. That's what we thought. No, that ain't what I thought. I always knew what we found out, what we ended up finding out, what we ended up seeing. That was at the forefront of my mind at inception. When we first met him, I was like, yeah, you like to gaze in Murder's eyes. Yeah, something's there. Anyway, Rome turns off the TV trying to make a toast. And so Big Teak is like, why the fuck you turn off my TV, Holmes? Like we in jail or something. And Rome is like, now listen, this my TV, this my suite. I can turn it on or off whenever I feel like it. Like I'm not finna play the jailhouse stuff with you. And so Big Teak and him, you know, have their back and forth because Rome starts that, you know, what you mad? Like, why we doing all of this over some nigga that got killed? Like, what did he do to bring the police to him? You know, like, he's one of those people. Self-hating, just like I said, just the self-hating nigga that we all hate. And they start going back and forth about that. All of the uproar and all of that is starting to trigger Keyshawn, and she's like, you know, having a PTSD moment over there. Gidget get up to say something. He like, now wait a minute, bitch. You just need to shut up and sit back and eat your food, cause your white ass don't want none of this. What are you gonna do, girl? Gidget, don't play now. Now, Gidget. In times like this, I don't be getting the gall, the audacity. You just need to shut up. You just need to be quiet unless you saying, hell yeah. You know, unless you're co-signing what our sentiments. Shut up. Anyway, it's a big thing. You know, he done smashed the table with his foot and all of that. He was mad, you know. It was hard to calm him down, and they ended up getting him on up out of there, but he kind of lost it a little bit. Definitely lost it. Back at the Pink, we see that Uncle Clifford, he done stumbled up on not Mercedes, on Autumn's belongings, all her spend the night bags. He done stumbled upon that, so now he knows she been staying at the Pink. Teak is in the room, kind of calming himself down, and he hears Murder in the bathroom, like working on his feature. He gonna go in there and think this is the time to just go take a pee. So he peeing. And Murder, you know, slide the curtain back like, nigga, you always, I'm in here. I had to pee. Very, very, very prison-like. Very, that's one of them prison advances, you know, and so Murder just gets up and you know, walks out the bathroom, you know, and they're talking, and it's starting to get a little different. And their interaction, you know, it shows that they have a different type of relationship. It shows that there's something different there. And Murder, you know, just asked him what's wrong with him. And Teak has the best monologue I've heard in a while. He just, you know, he's fed up. He's fed up. This world don't want no nigga. Not no smart nigga. Not no dumb nigga. not no president nigga. Not no rapper nigga. Not no artist nigga. Not no good nigga. They don't want no niggas. And so that's his plight right now. And that's the plight of a lot of black men. Just the thought that it ain't no matter what I do, you still see me as a threat, and you still see me as a nigga. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. I might as well prove y'all right. I might as well be out here slanging dope, snatching purses. I might as well be out here doing all that, because that's what you think anyway. No, Big T. Rise above. Okay? Like my good sis Candy say, fly above. I fly above. Oh, Big T. Listen, I get it, Big T. I get it. Anyway, Murder can see that his boo thing is going through, and he gets up and grabs his face, because Teak is sitting on the bed, and Murder goes and stands in front of him and grabs him by the face, like when you love your man, and caressing his face and his cheeks, and then he kisses him on the forehead, and he kisses him on the cheek, and then we full on. I was like, this is how I watched it the entire time, honestly. I don't know. I'll never get used to it. I don't know. I just never get used to it, guys. I'm sorry. Murder. I want to say he has a stunt double. Well, he does have a stunt double. And it's been said that his stunt double is the one that does the racy scenes. Because that man is married to a whole woman. She supports his role and everything, but I'm sure she wouldn't support going that far. We can't go that far. But listen, over here on P Valley, you're gonna get the sex. You're gonna get the heterosexual sex, you're gonna get the lesbian sex, you're gonna get the gay sex, you're gonna get the threesome sex, you're gonna get the trans sex, all your categories. all your categories, okay? You're gonna get them all over here on the P Valley. But this solidifies it for us, okay? So they honestly have done this before. This is what they do. And Big Teak, Lil Teak, he a whole bottom. That also got me. You got all this big energy, this masculine energy, like you ain't, the type to get bent over. So you doing the bending. Anyway, enough about that. Keyshawn done sent Gidget on her way. She also gave her some money. And we see that Derek is calling her. He probably done seen. Soon as she sent the transfer, he probably saw that. And so he steady calling, and she ain't answering the phone. Rome noticed that, she was bothered. She had a PTSD moment back there in that room. And he's like, yeah, I know you was bothered. Because she tries to say, oh, no, I was good. No. It definitely affected you. And he tells her, I got your back. If you ever feeling like that again, come to me. I got you. Yeah, Rome gonna end up trying to get in them snacks. He makes me feel like Ike Turner. He's grooming. He's grooming her. Doing all the things that a good manager should. Looking out, or he got her back. He cared. And then he finna turn it in just about a minute. He about to turn it on her ass. But he want Big T fired, and all. I'm about to tell Wody to fire that nigga. And he want Wody fired too. Like he got his own plans for Keyshawn, and that don't include Murder and Wody. And if it does include Murder, only if he's managing Murder. Anyway, when they walk off, Wody was standing there listening to that entire conversation. Andre and Autumn, they're talking, and he's telling her that he wants to run for mayor, and she thinks it's a good idea. Honestly, she's like, I support it. I think it's a good idea. Cool, And he asked her if she's going to stick around and see him win, and she's like, not if I get this offer. So long story short, just to shorten up their conversation, Autumn's whole end game is to get this $10 million, sell the pink, and going on by her business. It has been her motive from jump. She has always had her sights on the property and wanted to sell it. That's been her end game the entire time. While she's doing all this talking and sharing, Uncle Clifford and Mercedes are hearing the whole thing. Mercedes ready to, what, bitch? She ready to go out there right now. And Uncle Clifford like, nah, let's listen some more. Let's hear some more. What else she got to say? Eventually, they do come out there. So you trying to sell the pink, huh? So that's always been your end game. Like, they confront her on that, cuss her ass out, tell her she ain't shit. And, going on back inside. Autumn girl, it's not looking good for you. Because she tries to say something about it's just a building. He's like, the same building you sleeping in. It's not just a building when you're sleeping in it. Everybody like, oh, you're sleeping here? Mercedes said, I thought you said you was staying with a friend. He was like, friends? She ain't got, this heifer ain't got no friends. Friends. She a savage. She ain't got no friends. Lauren, drunk divorcee, she back, you know, with her clipboard, checking off stuff. They still ain't up to par. Get it right, or she really gonna have to shut it down. She say she trying to come back and burn her stimmy. Go on and get the place back. And it's like, woman, you the reason they shut down. You ain't had to shut them down. You went in there and let somebody take your mask off. You got sneezed on, and now you want to shut it all down. You shouldn't have been in there taking your mask off. That's your fault. You got sneezed on. Your fault. Granted, mask on or not, if she had sneezed, I'm sure that still would have been an issue. But, ma'am, you went in there and now you done stirred all this up, and now it's hurry up and get it back right so I can come back. Girl, please. Please, girl. Murder done woke up, you know, after the love making. And Teak up in there already fully dressed. Sitting in the window looking like a crazy person. Again, he holding the postcard. He say, who the fuck Clifford? Who all that time I been out, all that time you been out, you ain't never sent me no postcard. Who he is upset. Okay, he get his bag and he just leaves. Anyway, Andre is at Tydell's house. Baby mama and them, they got all she and all her kids, they storming out. Cause he done got the house in the will. So Goddaddy Tydell done left the house to him. How convenient. He gets on the phone with Corbin and is like, I'm gonna need you to meet me over here at my new campaign headquarters, which is the house. And so he's absolutely going to run for the mayor of Chucalissa. The tour bus, you know, the morale is kind of off, you know, after the night before or whatever, and everybody's just riding in silence. Murder, he gets a text from Clifford. Finally, Clifford is texting him back, and he's, you know, asking him if he's okay. You know, it's crazy out here right now. Are you okay? And he don't even answer because Big T, he behind him like that, over his shoulder. Fuck you, text him. Fuck Clifford. He finna choke him out. Anyway, that's where we end, and they show us all of the names of all of the victims of police brutality, all of the lives we lost in 2020. Y'all, it was astounding. It was a lot. I didn't even count, but it was 2 pages, and it was at least like 5 columns worth. It was a lot of names on the list. A lot of names. Anyway, I hate to end on that note, but that's where they ended the show. We'll be back. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.